Okay guys, so in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about fear, because fear is something I was listening to Mike Tyson talk about the other day in an interview that he had, and he said something that really resonated with me, and I want to share with you what I learned from him about fear and how I'm going to incorporate this into my mindset, and hopefully if you incorporate it into your mindset, it might change the way you view fearful thoughts that come up, as they do with everyone. So we have a 2 billion year old brain which is designed to keep you alive and make sure that you survive. The brain is not designed to make you happy, so the brain is always going to be thinking thoughts of the worst case scenario everywhere you go. You want to start a business, you're going to worry about what if you go out of business. If you go out to a woman and want to chat her up, you might worry about her rejecting you. There's always the thoughts of something going wrong in your mind. So your mind is pretty much negative by nature, not designed to make you unhappy, but just designed to keep you alive. And a lot of us fail to understand that this is the thought process that is behind why Mother Nature gave us thoughts, okay? So thoughts is always either thinking about the past, and we can only use the past to remember and learn from mistakes we made, or use our imagination to create something. But then when we're creating something in our future, we're always thinking worst case scenario about what could go wrong. But that's just the nature of thought. Fear is always going to be there, and it's never going to go, because it's just designed to keep you alive, not designed to keep you happy. So I know some of you are probably thinking, and I've had these thoughts before, where I'm like, is there something wrong with me? Like, am I just habitually negative by nature? Why am I always thinking thoughts of things that could go wrong? And I just listened to Mike Tyson talk about it, but talk about it in a sense of how do you use fear? Fear can either motivate you or fear can consume you. So you could be worried about failing in a business, for an example, or you could be worrying about not being rejected by the woman you want to chat up at a bar or something. Or you can just recognize fear for what it is and just observe your thoughts and think, well, that is a possibility, but it may not happen. And I understand what fear is there for. It's just there to keep me alive. So you can almost like talk it away and just brush it to the side and say, well, I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on what I actually want. That could be starting a new business, or, as I was giving that example, going and talking to the girl that you fancy, for an example, and not allowing fear to consume you, but using fear to motivate you. So let's say you're afraid of, you want to start a business and you're afraid if you take action that it may fail, but at the same time, if you don't take the action, you don't move from where you are in your life and you don't move forward. So you can use fear of staying where you are and not excelling in life to push you beyond your boundaries, but then recognizing as you're on your way to where you want to go to, fear is going to come up over and over again, but just recognize it's just the survival mechanism trying to protect you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not negative. It's just this 2 billion year old brain that's only designed to keep you alive. But because before we had the society we had now, we were hunter-gatherers, so we had to worry about lions or any animal killing us. We wasn't the top of the food chain, let's say, when we first came into this planet. So the brain is still structured on this way of thinking. So we worry about what people think about us. We worry about how we're being perceived. We worry about if we're going to be able to pay our rent. We worry, because that's what the brain is designed to do. Think of worst case scenarios so you don't mess up, okay? That's what it's there to do. But we have to understand its mechanism and then just recognize the possibilities of what can go wrong and being like, okay, well, that could work. So I'll keep that in mind to watch out for that. But I'm still going to go for what I want anyway. I'm still going to push forward. I'm not going to be consumed by fear. I'm going to use fear as a way to detect what could go wrong, or use it to motivate me to move forward, not consume my attention. Okay, so I'm implementing it. Today I was tested by a few things that came up. And again, I just used it and I said, okay, that could go wrong, that could happen, but I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on what I do want, but I'm going to be aware of that. So you're almost like you're having a conversation with yourself, and you're just talking to that inner child, the scared little child inside of you that's always worrying, but just recognizing that's what it's there to do. Keep you alive, make you survive, and make sure you don't harm yourself. Okay, guys? So if you like this video, like it, leave a comment, let me know how you will implement this into your life. And I really do hope this video added some value, and if it did, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll be adding a lot more content for anything that I learned about my perception of life and how it could potentially help you in your life. Okay guys, so enjoy this video, take care.